here. Kind of our deck area here, what's turning into a deck area. We've got some decent walnut cut here. Some really good white oak over here across the way. Landowner owns both sides of the creek here. Sound like another one coming to the ground. So be a decent little job for the week. See if we can flag him down here. Get him to pull this down. That way we can get on with it. Yeah, right there. Pull it down. Better move my saw. Now, I'm unfortunately cutting with my buck saw today, and I have a saw primarily used for bucking, this old 661. My good saw, Kenny, it was in the back of his truck from last week. Or on the back of his truck. He drove his Ford up here, I guess, his diesel. Of course, he's in Dad's truck this week, and I'm in my 4Runner because still complications with the F550, which we'll touch on later on. That's going to be a mess. It's going to be a few weeks before I have my F550 again. But anyway, so my good saw is on that other truck, which just lack of communication there between Kenny and I, which my buck saw was in the back of the Ranger. And my buck saw runs good, but it's just, I don't know. Normally I've got a saw I like to cut with, and this one here I just primarily use for bucking. I run different styles of chain on both of them. This is a full chisel here that I run, where the other is kind of a semi-chisel. Just preference for cutting anyway. Get this one pulled down here, we'll get it to the top. There's good. We'll get this thing worked up. I'm in the 299 here real quick. What we're gonna do is this big walnut tree here, it's a double. The weight's primarily leaning back towards the creek here anyway. Kenny's put a pretty good notch in it. He's gonna leave a little corner hole, but I'm gonna get up here with the skid steer in the bucket, and I'm gonna apply just enough pressure that we're going to safely bring it back that way. Even though the landowner said not to worry about the fence too much, we still don't want to tear anything up. Just kind of ease into it here. Pressure applied. And I'll throttle up just a bit and kind of keep some pressure on it. Not too much. Kind of see Kenny going along here. Like I said, he's already got the back side cut out. He's going to leave a little bit hold right in front of where he's at right now. There it goes. Pretty easy. Now, Kenny and I have done that together. I couldn't even count the times that we've had to push or pull trees, and the same with me and Dad, or Dad and Kenny. It just it helps when you do it enough with someone that you kind of have that, I mean, almost like a bond. You kind of, I don't know, you just kind of on the same wavelengths is what needs to be done. Now the trick with pushing that tree there is you don't want to push too much and put too much pressure on it and take a chance of busting it or ripping the heartwood out. You just want to go easy and apply a little bit of pressure. Oh, it's slick, so I'm trying to get down rather than fall down. I don't know what I and Kenny are bickering at here. But yeah, so we've got a few more just down over that there, and we're probably actually going to make a little hole in the fence right there we can patch back up to get the rest of them out in there. I'm going to jump on the Ranger because I'm fat and lazy. I had been marking logs before Kenny had come up there, but we'll run down here and see if we need to go ahead and put a hole through this gate, or if not, I'm going to go ahead and start getting these logs worked up so we can get on and done with this side and get to the next side and not have to come back. There's that tree going out. Pretty good sized tree. Like I said, double. A lot of footage in it. We went ahead and cut a hole in the fence here, cut a gate in it that we can splice back easy enough. So when Mike comes back, I'm going to jump on there and I'm going to go down over this because, well, I'm just a little better operator than Mike, and it's enough of an incline and a turn and some brush to push out. I want to make sure I can get it done the first pass, and after a pass or two, probably let Mike go after that. But with that I'd say about 5 foot drop or so in that brush, we'll just kind of sweep that out of the way. Like I said, it gets a little more gradual over here, but right here it's fairly steep next to this walnut stump. That's a pretty good tree there Kenny's getting ready to bring down now. I can see another decent one out there too. So we'll wait on Mikey. We'll jump on there. We'll get that pushed around. I'm not getting a whole lot of saw time this morning. I've only cut a couple trees. It's been pretty slow for me, just odds and ends, marking logs, skidder work, skid steer work. Watch this devil here fall. Well, maybe. Maybe not. It's a big guy here. He's cutting on it, pounding wedges in it both. Hear him sawing it just a little bit right now. Oh, she's starting to go. There she goes. Stay together. Good stick of wood. There's some good maple down here. So this is the biggest bunch of maple, soft maple I've seen in quite some time. That's something we really used to cut a lot of and still do at times, but we just don't see it anymore like we used to. I remember when I started logging with Dad when I was young, we'd pull up on jobs, cut 50 or 60,000 feet of soft maple. Had a pretty good market for it. Anymore, it seems like the market's just kind of dried up. And again, we just don't see a whole lot of it like we used to. I'm doing something now I don't generally like to do. I'm getting logs out of the timber with a skid steer. I try not to take the skid steers in the timber anymore, and I have to because I don't like to get them scratched up or scuffed, scratch the decals, scratch the plexiglass like you see there. I try to take pretty good care of stuff. These things here, when you give the amount of money that we do for them, yeah, they're meant to be used, but there's using and abusing, and I try not to abuse them. I just like to use them for what I bought them for, but every now and then you kind of got to improvise, and that's what we're doing here. We got Mike down here cleaning up a treetop. Michael had a little mishap with a chainsaw a little bit ago. He actually kind of put one of them out of service, we'll put it that way. It didn't destroy it completely, but that saw is out of service, so we weren't too happy with Mike there for a while. But anyway, so while Kenny's cutting these here, this is actually a pretty good sized tree. While Kenny's cutting these, I'm trying to kind of shuffle things out behind him the best I can. It's definitely time consuming because these things are tall. You just kind of got to wiggle them out. There it goes. Oh, hung up. But they're tall. You got to wiggle them out. It definitely makes for a long process. He's going to unhook my choker for me. Get these logs here sorted and probably call it a day. Well, I've got a little cleanup I'm going to do after this. This started out as kind of a little Java timber, and it's just kind of grown and grown and grown. And like I said, when we first, what we cut today, we didn't even know was here when we took the job on. And we actually, let's see if I can get this real quick. Went and looked at about 25 or 30 really good walnut trees that are on the upper end of this place, and well, needless to say, that's where we're going to start tomorrow. We're going to cut some sycamore and some cottonwood and some oak and some maple as well. If you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.